There's so much misinformation out there on how to make money online. I bet you've seen the videos that showcase this crazy luxury lifestyle. These people on TikTok telling you how they make $10,000 a month from their bed, working 2 hours a week, doing things such as digital marketing, affiliate marketing, e-commerce, SMMA, trading, you name it. This might give you hope. You might think that you don't have to go to college to study something you don't want, or that you don't have to slave away in your 9 to 5 for the rest of your life. So you start researching only to find out that these people are just trying to sell you a course.
Guys, it was all a lie. She lied.
So is this whole make money online thing real, or is it just a big scam of people trying to sell you the dream? I decided to put this to the test myself last year. I was a dropout from a third world country. I had no money and I was completely unhappy with my life. So I felt like I had nothing to lose. Now I can confidently say that that was the best decision I could have ever made because it changed my life completely. And without exaggerating, it saved my life. Today, I'm financially free. I'm traveling the world running my online business. And more importantly, I am a very happy person. In this video, I'll show you how I made this my reality and how you can do it as well. And this is my first video, so you best believe that I did not get here by selling any courses. Only by consistency and knowing where to get the right information. My story started with me being depressed back at home in Chile where I grew up. I struggled with depression for what felt like most of my life, and with the years, it only got worse. It got to the point where I was suicidal, using substances as my coping mechanism, self-harming, etc. I was miserable and thinking of ending my life every single day. I was at rock bottom, and one day I had enough. I wanted to unalive myself so bad that I decided to kill the old version of myself and create a new one. I was done living in the state I was every single day. I absolutely hated my life, so I decided to just create a new life. During 2022, I started my self-improvement journey, reading nonfiction, self-help books, following a morning routine, meditating, working out every single day. Now, you might think this has nothing to do with business, but this helped me develop discipline and the right mindset, which is necessary and essential in order to achieve anything you want to do in life. If it wasn't for this, I would have not been able to get to this point where I am today. My first business venture started with me reselling thrifted clothing on Instagram. Every single week, I would go to markets and spend several hours looking for clothing to resell. I would also sew and fix some of the clothes myself to try to make them look better, more trendy or whatever. Even though I liked fashion and it's the one thing that I'm very passionate about, I love creating, I love designing. This first business of mine was very draining. I worked 9 to 12-hour days every single day, 7 days of the week. I never took a break, not for my birthday, not for holidays. I never took a break. I didn't go to parties, met any friends. In fact, I had to cut all my friendships that year because I realized that they were not good friends for me and they encouraged very bad habits. I just wanted to surround myself with the right people, and at the time, there was no right people, so I was completely alone. So I was very lonely and overworked. All of those hours and effort I put into my business obviously show results. My Instagram account was growing exponentially, hitting viral reels, but I was only making on average $600 per month, which at the time I thought was good money. Coming from a third world country where the minimum wage is $300, this felt like a lot of money for someone that didn't have a degree and was working from home. Now looking back, I realize how ridiculous that is. My Instagram kept growing, so I decided to move to a website. So I created a Shopify store. That's how I fell into the make money online rabbit hole of YouTube, and I discovered what Shopify Dropshipping was. So I tried it. I first started by dropshipping some clothing alongside the secondhand pieces I was posting on my shop, and I quickly realized that making money was way easier and it took way less effort than I thought. I was selling products that I didn't even have to touch. I didn't even have to ship. All it took was just adding them to my store. I wasn't making a crazy amount of sales from those products, but it was definitely enough to get me started. So then I decided to create a separate store only for dropshipping. My first store was actually a jewelry store. I had no idea what a winning product was or how to do proper product research. I didn't know what was saturated or what wasn't, let alone anything about running ads. So obviously it flopped. That didn't stop me, of course. I just started studying and learning more on YouTube. Luckily, because of my first small business on Instagram, I learned a lot about marketing on social media without paid ads and about branding as well. I didn't know it at the time, but I was actually using the TikTok organic strategy just on Instagram Reels. So I decided to do proper product research this time and order some products from AliExpress to my house to make some content and just try my luck with them. Here's where I tell you that mindset is everything. I created 5 different stores. None of them worked. I mean, I was making a little bit of progress, but barely any profit. This is a point where most people would have given up, or maybe even before that. This is a point where people say dropshipping is saturated, it doesn't work, it's dead, it's a scam. But to me, I only took every loss as a lesson and kept going once again. As I said, I had nothing to lose. And to be honest, I'm glad I kept going because after that, my life changed forever. Store number 6 finally took off. I was posting 4 to 6 TikToks every single day, posting on Reels too. One of my TikToks blew up and before I knew it, I hit my first 1K week. I made what I used to make on a good month, on a really good month, in 1 week without having to work 10-hour days, without having to break my back sewing, or without having to go through dirty piles of clothes on the floor trying to find something to resell for like $8. This was a game changer for me. And after this, I decided to do one of the wisest things I could have ever done, I think. I decided to invest in my knowledge and put all of that money that I made from that store into getting a mentor. I learned that all it really took was to learn the right skills. So I got a mentor who taught me how to run paid ads for my store so I could scale it. I learned how to run TikTok and Facebook ads, and that's how I managed to get to 50K with my store on that month without it dying out. But more important than the money, I learned a very valuable skill, which is paid advertising. And I also made a connection. Investing in knowledge, learning high income skills, and networking are truly what got me here. It's not only about making money, but also about making the right moves once you're given the opportunity. I could have made that 1K with my store, gotten greedy, or just spent all that money and lose it all. Yet I decided how to make it grow by getting a mentor. I decided to get out of my comfort zone by networking and reaching out to people in the dropshipping industry. Later on, I decided to face my fears and travel alone to Miami, which, if you don't know, is where all the people from the industry live pretty much. Maybe not all the people, but a lot of them. And now I'm living in Dubai, scaling my businesses through everything I learned from the people I met and from my experiences. I'm still running a couple of stores. You can still make normal dropshipping work in 2023. You just need to study and learn from the right people because there's a crazy amount of misinformation and fake gurus out there, mostly on TikTok. I also have a small advertising agency, and these 2 businesses allow me to be completely free, travel the world, and make more money than I could have ever imagined without even having a college degree, without having to work for hours, or without being unhappy just working for the dreams of someone else for the rest of my life. Maybe I could have learned how to sew better and spend days creating one piece of clothing that I could have sold in my store for at most $30, because yes, nobody ever paid more than $30 for one of my designs made from scratch. But instead, I decided to learn a high income skill where I'd make 1000x the amount of money while just sitting on my laptop, maybe even in my bed, traveling the world and getting to enjoy life to the fullest. So is this whole make money online trend real? Yes, it is possible to make money online. Be financially free, make over 10K a month without a degree. You just gotta be smart enough not to fall into the scams. But you also have to be dedicated and mentally strong. It can take time in the beginning. There's this misconception out there that starting a small business only takes 2 hours of your day. Yes, maybe it can take 2 hours of your day, but once you get it going, once it's already running and you have a team, then yes, maybe you can just spend 2 hours hours on it. But in the beginning, it's gonna take a lot of time and it's gonna be hard. You're gonna have to learn a lot and it's gonna be a challenge. It's not gonna be as easy as these people make it seem. You'll have to be disciplined enough to keep trying and learning from yourself. You'll be alone. People will doubt you. But if you're consistent, then surely enough you'll get there. In this channel, I want to share more about my business knowledge, no BS, of course, as well as my journey that I feel like has just started. I'm not a pro. I've only been doing this for 1 year. So there's so much more I can learn. So if you want to learn, find some inspiration, you can follow me on my social media platforms and subscribe to this channel because I'll be posting videos every single week.